You two are there to make me smile.
I'll make silly faces anytime you want.
No faces.
Stand by, here we go, 10 seconds.
Hi everybody, I'm Sally Sargood and I'm the video production manager here at Animoto. Welcome to Show Me How It Works. Today we're going to talk about quote blocks, one of our newest features, and specifically how to incorporate quotes into your marketing videos. Mother's Day is less than 2 weeks away and we should all be making Mother's Day videos for our marketing right now. So I think quotes is a great way to get into that and make some editorial videos and things like that. So welcome, whether you're watching live or if you're watching the rewatch later. For those of you watching us live right now, say hi, tap the like button, let me know that you can hear us all good and proper. I've got Lucas from our Facebook community with us as well, so feel free to ask any questions in the comments and Lucas will actually feed those questions through as we go along. Otherwise, if we don't get to your questions during the live feed, we'll certainly answer those in the comments later on. So I think we're all good to go, everything's looking good, so let's jump into it. And I'm sure you're all wondering, like, what's the big deal about quotes? Well, we all know that people are watching social media on their mobile device, and most of us are actually watching without sound, right? So text becomes even more important in your videos. And I don't know about you, but I actually struggle to try and think of the right words to say in the video and try to get the message across without saying too much. And the great thing about quotes is that the words are already created for you. So you can look for inspirational quotes, you can actually get customer testimonials, and you can use those words of other people to help to get the message across that you're trying to say. So that's what I love about using quote blocks here at Animoto. By actually creating the block, which you'll see how it works soon, it makes it easier for you. We've actually kind of taken the fuss out of it so that you can actually just add the quote and the person who said the quote, and we make it look super special for you. So let's just jump right in and get started. So once you actually come in to make your marketing video, the way to find a quote block is to simply hit the add a block button down here, and you'll see this great new block. It says quote block. When you click on that, you can enter the quote, and I have some quotes that I've prepared earlier. So let's just highlight this one. Okay, let me get that. And we'll put that in there. And the author's name was unknown. And hit done. And there's your quote block all done. We've got the quotation marks in there, we've got the source name in there, and it all looks super special. It'll come up on a regular text block, which you can change the color, you can change the font and all those things like a normal text block. And you can also take an image or a video clip and put that behind your quote. So if you're starting from scratch, that's how you find the quote blocks. You can have a play and make it your own in that kind of sense. But what we've also done is created some great quote block storyboards. And storyboards are excellent because we've actually already tested them and tried them, and they're proven to be successful on social media. And they're like templates, so you can actually just drop your own photos and video clips in, your quotes in there yourself, and we just made it super easy for you. So I'm going to get started there. I think we have a question.
Yeah, we do. Juliana's asking what the right size to use a video is in your Facebook cover video. So, like, what kind of ratio?
In your Facebook cover video?
Yes.
Oh, I actually don't know that off the top of my head.
Just like landscape or square.
Yeah. It's just you look in the cover on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a landscape one, but we specifically have a blog post about that. Yeah. So it's Juliet, I think. Yeah, she was asking about the Facebook cover video, but we can get to that. Lucas will definitely answer that in the comments for you. So back to creating a marketing video. Let's hit the create button. And as you can see, these are all of our different storyboards here. The quote blocks specifically, the quote block storyboards, we have on a landing page that, again, I think Lucas will put a link in so you can go specifically to the new ones that we've created for quotes. You'll see this one here is a fun social one. There's an editorial one here and a super short one down here. I'm going to go for the editorial one today because I really like those kind of videos where you pull a couple of quotes out, you make it mean something, and I think a lot of people tend to share those kind of videos. So let's go in for the editorial style inspiration video here. Okay, and this is what it looks like. And we can make this our own. So all of these areas that are grayed out are the photos and the video clips that you need to replace. It actually will not produce the video until all of these things are replaced. So the first thing we'll do is upload our photos and videos. So I'll grab these ones here. It's really cool to actually get this sort of thing sorted out before you come in to make your video. So I've grabbed some stock photographs. We have a very basic collection of stock assets that you can actually download for free. Again, Lucas will probably share that link in the comments for you, but feel free to go in there and download some of those photographs or video clips. These ones of flowers I've got from there. There's a couple of others, the video clip here and another photo I've actually just got from stock libraries online. So there's a vast array. If you don't have any photos or video clips, you can use those sorts of things. Or you can actually, the other great thing with quote blocks is that you don't necessarily need them. Because they look so awesome with the different colored backgrounds and everything, you can actually make a text only video and that still comes out really well. So now that our photos and video clips have uploaded, we're ready to rock. So I think the first thing I'll do is change the text in all of the storyboard, and then we'll add the photos and video clips, and then we'll just fine tune it to look really awesome. So I'll just double click on this first one, which says 3 quotes that'll make you feel inspired. And we're going to change that to our Mother's Day message. So we'll make it 3 quotes that say, did that work? And we'll go, I love you, Mum. Now, as you can see, this text here is a little bit big, so we simply hit the text button here and we make that subtitle size a bit smaller until we have it all on one line. So we'll leave that one there for now, and let's go on to the second one. So again, we can double click on that block and we'll go to the text, grab my quote here. So we'll take that first one, copy it, and put it into the source, the quote, sorry, and then we'll take the source, who was Abraham Lincoln. Oops, let's do it not in caps. Abraham Lincoln. And that's all there, good to go as well. So we'll keep on going through here. This is just a video clip only. A lot of the time that's just to break up the video. Like I said, we've tested these out, make sure they work on social media, so that's a cool thing to do. Let's go on to the next one. If you don't want to double click it and you want to do things super fast and simple, you can also hit the text, the T for text here, and take your quote, copy it, and simply put it in to here. Okay, let's get rid of that one. The source was unknown for that quote. Put that one in there, and then for our last one, we take this quote, and if my mum's watching, I specifically selected these quotes for her. She's probably not watching though, she's in Australia, so she might watch later. And our source there was Mitch. Okay, sweet. Let's change the message at the end to simply be Happy Mother's Day, and let's make the hashtag I love you, Mum. Okay, and the last block there is our logo block. So take your logo, pop it into the middle, and that's just made that video entirely yours. Now looking at this, the second thing that we do is add all of our photos and video clips in. So let's get started on that one. The first one, we'll just simply drag and drop it onto the first block. You can see that's a portrait photograph. So we hit the edit button or double click on that. You go here to the crop and we'll say we'll crop that full screen. And that then just makes it fit the entire screen. Looking at that, you can see our text is not in a great position. So we hit the text tool and simply take that text up to the top. We can also make the subtitle a little smaller so that we can see that. And let's also click on the image and crop into that a bit, move it over, just so that we can see the words a little bit better. You can also hit the text button and hit the legibility button there, and you can see that that legibility, it just makes it stand out a little bit more. So we'll go on to the next one. We'll take these pretty flowers. This one's from our little stock library, and we'll hit the edit tool there. Let's move this across and make it a little bit smaller again. Oops, too small. And and let's move it down a bit because there's plenty of room down the bottom. We can also hit the arrow here to just go to the next slide. That's our video clip. So let's drop the video on. We can move that around as well. So let's, oops, that came up accidentally. Let's move him around there like that. We hit the trim video button because that video is 15 seconds long, 13 seconds long. We don't want all of that in, we just want like 2 or 3 seconds. So let's slide it along and we'll start about there and slide it back, like I said, till it's about 3 seconds long and hit apply. So there's our video clip. This one actually doesn't have a photo or a video, so we can just leave that one as is. If you do want to add a photo or video there, you can, but I like to break it up just with that plain text box, so that looks really cool. And then our last one, we'll take this one here and put it behind, hit the edit button again and make our text a little bit smaller. Let's move it up, whoops, to there. It's probably too small. A bit bigger there like that. Again, let's click on the photograph and zoom it in a little bit, just so that we can then move the photo down and give us that kind of room. Okay, so we're getting there. This now looks like a pretty cool marketing video. The only thing I'm looking at now is that the colors don't really match A, my brand, or B, I kind of want it a bit softer for Mother's Day. So we can very easily change those colors by hitting the design button here in the menu on the left. You can change the color of the background to anything that you want it to be. We can change the color of the text box as well. I'm going to make that pink. And just so that all of our text stands out, I'm going to make the text color brown so that that looks very legible, easy to read, and now it's looking a lot better. It's looking a lot more on brand for me, and everything looks cool. We can also change the style of font. So we have over 26 different fonts there that you can use. So select the font that suits your brand. I actually like the one that comes with this storyboard, so I'm going to leave that as is. And now what we can do is go into each one and just tweak it to make sure that it looks good. Make sure that you can see the quotation marks there as well. I'm going to make this just a smidge smaller so that we can see that. And it's great just to hit the arrow button for these ones, just to go along and make sure that it flows. That one looks cool. With this one, I think just to break it up a bit, I'm going to make that text box color the cream instead of pink. I like to do that, sometimes invert the colors and switch them up so that you don't just kind of get bored seeing the same text box color all the time, and it's super easy to do. Not only can you change the color and the design globally on the whole video, but you can go into each block and specifically change the color of a specific block. So that really adds a lot of interest to it. Similarly with this one, I'm going to make the background color on this brown, and let's make the text box color also brown. The title color, let's do that, oops, not that pink, cream, and our subtitle pink. So there we can see everything, it looks really cool. The last block is our logo block. We don't want that color behind our logo, we want that just to be white, and let's just make the logo a little bit smaller. Okay, so that's really very close to being done. What I'm just going to double check now, see we have the timing of each of these slides at the bottom. I just want to make sure that no slide is up for too long and that every slide is up long enough that you can read the quotes. Now we default it depending on how many words and lines are in there, but it's always good to actually visually have a look at that. And you can actually do that by just hovering over the top of it and see if it's up there for too long. I'm going to make this one 3 seconds. I think we can probably leave this one at 4. The video is all good. Let's bring this down to 4 seconds. That one's 4 seconds. This message is super short. We'll make it 3. And I think we're good to go. So we should probably preview that now. Let's have a look at how our video looks. Hit the preview button. It just takes a few seconds to actually generate that low res preview for you to have a look at to make sure you're happy with it before you produce it. So that's just generating that preview now. And here's our video. So it's one thing that I didn't do, and I think this is really good to see. Whilst the music's pretty cool, I don't know that it really evokes the emotion that I'm trying to evoke with these quotes. So we'll go back into continue editing and into the music library. So you hit the music icon, go into change to change the song. I'm going to browse the full library just so that you guys can see what's in there, and we've actually got different ways to sort through it, so you can actually pick something that's popular for family or popular for love. You can also favorite a lot of the songs here. So I'm just going to go into my favorites because I know there's one here that I love called A Mother's Love, and that's perfect for this. So let's select that song. And again, I think that's all it's going to take to make this pretty much the ideal video for what we want it to do. Are there any other questions coming through right now, Lucas? Nope. Okay, so it looks like everyone's understanding what's going on, and here's our video.
Not currently, nope.
That's pretty cool, huh? So the other thing that we can do, and I'm going to show you because we can, is that particular style on that storyboard is bold. And if you decide you wanted something a little bit softer with the transitions, it's super easy from this point now to actually go into the style icon here on the left, click the style, click on change, and we can change that to any one of these styles that we have. And the styles are really just different transitions. So I'm going to pick Glamour because Glamour is just a soft kind of glow transition that will go in between each of the different blocks. So we'll select that. When you do, because this style actually only really has the 2-color palette, it doesn't have the text box, a few things look different in here. And again, you can actually just double click or go into edit and tweak those. So we'll make that white again. We can't really read this one, so let's make the text on this one brown. That looks really cool. This one's quite legible, looks good. Everything else there I think is looking good. So in literally like 1 minute, we've been able to change the entire look of this video, but it still looks super sweet. So let's just preview that as well. It's always nice just to try different styles and things like that as you go along, just for a different feel to the video. Awesome. I think that looks great. So you would just go ahead and you would produce that video, and then you've got the ability to share it wherever you want on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, all over your social media. I think what I really love about making these types of videos with the quotes, specifically editorial videos, like I said, you can make testimonials of things that your customers have said about your business to really highlight, you know, the quality of what you're doing. But what I like about these editorial style ones is that it doesn't have to, Mother's Day doesn't have to have any relevance to your business. You know, you don't have to be having a sale, you don't have to be having a reason, except that it's a Hallmark holiday. And when we have a Hallmark holiday, I think that's a great excuse for us all to connect with our audience on social media. It's a great reason to make a video like this, and it evokes the emotion, and your audience see it, and hopefully they share it with others, and it just helps to get your brand out there. So we'd like to see you guys making videos with quote blocks, videos using the quote storyboards, and even just Mother's Day videos in general. Try out some of the other storyboards as well and have some fun. They can all be mixed and matched. I mean, you saw this storyboard at the beginning and what we created at the end. What you see initially doesn't have to mean it's exactly what you get. You can tweak those colors like we did. You can have some fun with it. Those storyboards are just a starting point to help you get to where you need to be a little bit quicker. So if you're making these kinds of videos, we'd love to see them. We have a great Facebook community, which is the Animoto social video marketing community. We'd love you to join. Lucas is going to actually, again, put a link in the comments for you. Please join us, share your videos, share your Mother's Day videos and your quote videos. And, you know, people often share critique. If you've got any questions, you can jump in there as well. So we'd love to see you. Lucas, was there any other questions coming up? I think there's nothing. Nope. All makes sense. That's awesome. So we'll leave you to it. Happy video making, and we'll see you next time.